I can't lie, I've made a lot of bad decisions during my short time on earth so far. But if I had to pick my worst financial decision, it has to have been when I was at uni. Picture this. I was in second year. Now, I was working a part-time job at this point, but I thought to myself, you know what? Having some extra money on the side would be good. And I came across trading, and in particular, this company called IM Academy. Now, there are couple of people at my uni who were into this, and I actually hopped on an introductory call, and they told me more about trading and the fact that you can make money from it. You can learn easily through the IM Academy platforms, and you can also bring people in to grow your network and also make some more money on the side. And I thought, hang on, that's pretty interesting. So I signed up with a good old monthly fee of about £220, and I think it was a one-time fee of £250 to join. So it was a bit of money, especially as a uni student back in the day. And I thought to myself, well, this is good. Like, I want to focus on the trading because I want to build a skill. And by seeing how much people could make off trading, I thought, well, even if I'm making 50, £60 a week, that's something. Like, that will help me out a lot. So I tried and I tried learning, but I wasn't really getting anywhere. I opened a demo account because obviously I didn't want to open a real account straight away and expose my money to that. So I joined, and I'm in this big WhatsApp group with my mentor and my team, and it was quite friendly in that sense. And a lot of people were my age. But here's the thing, this is what is called a multi level marketing company. So what I would soon realize is that as you brought in more people, so I think at two people, you'd have your monthly fee waived. And that alone was like a big attractor for me. Like, I didn't want to be paying 220 odd pound a month. But after that, I think it was at five people, you'd earn about £20, and then 10 people, and then 20 people, and then 50 people, etc., etc. And these are ranks. So the higher up you go, the more money you earn, the more residual income you earn on the side. I slowly got into this network marketing mindset of, well, I've got to try and bring people in. I thought about who I could bring in, family, friends, settled on a couple of friends, I brought them in, and I kind of regretted it down the line because I didn't know how to trade. Like, I didn't know how to trade properly yet. And these people were just trying to figure things out like me. But every day almost you'd get content on, like, bringing in this many people, getting to this rank has changed my life, and I want to get to this rank and this rank and this rank. And that's all well and good, but I actually want to learn how to trade. And to be fair, there were some good traders who were teaching, but they were few and far between, and a lot of it was just mindset junk, that I call it. And by that I mean, instead of actually teaching you properly how to trade, they would just throw in a lot of mindset stuff like, oh, be strong willed, oh, keep believing in yourself. I remember, actually, funny story, I think this was 2019. I went to a conference, the trading conference of the company IM Academy. They had one in London. Well, I'm going to go there, I'm going to learn some things about trading, I'll make some useful notes and I'll apply it. Instead, what I ended up getting was just a bunch of mindset stuff. And what I really saw was almost a cult, and it was, in a sense. What you had was, you had the chairman, a guy named Christopher Terry, at the top. He came and he had a lot of his underlings peddling this mindset stuff and saying, people are going to doubt you, and it's so good that you're here today. And there were hundreds of people in this room. And I remember I sat there and I kind of had a critical ear, but I also kind of played along a little bit. And then I remember they were trying to just lap up the energy in the room. They would get people to stand up and start cheering and jumping around and this, that, the other, proper cult like things, now that I look back at it. And I remember I came home and I was like, well, this was good and all, but I didn't really learn much. I soon come to learn these guys don't really know how to trade. The top recruiters, they make their money through this network marketing stuff. Now, this is how it works. So you have the guy at the top, Christopher Terry. And then you have his underlings, the very first people he brings into the organization. And they're obviously going to make boatloads of money. I think I saw a stat about the IM Academy and other MLM platforms like it. They're like 99% of people never make money from it. When I mean money, I mean actual yearly income, like let's say 30, 40, 50 grand, to actually do this full time. A lot of them end up losing money. So to me, it was like, well, that's pretty shocking. I stayed in the company, but I got very disillusioned. What would happen is I came home and I felt a bit more inspired, and I would start advertising. I'd start showing pictures of my charts and my analysis and this, that, and the other. I never really had the gift of the gab, so I was never really able to convince people to join, nor did I really feel right for doing so. Even the two people I brought in who I mentioned earlier, they ended up leaving, and it soon became this all or nothing mindset that I've seen so many other people go into when they join these companies. It didn't infect me as bad, but it ended up becoming like, if anyone says anything negative about the company, ignore it because it's legitimate. You're helping people make an impact. Who doesn't want to make more money? And then I thought, well, I don't want to alienate myself from family and friends, but I was slowly internalizing those beliefs that, what these people are saying is right, and, disregard what everyone else is saying. What ended up happening was I just stayed in the company. I've never opened a live account. I took down so many notes on how to trade, but I just never had the willingness to just open a live account and do it. But even still, the network marketing side always threw me the wrong way. And over time, I just ended up ignoring it and focusing on learning trading. But again, I never really built that skill. So fast forward a little bit. I stayed there for a couple years and then I left. I lost about 2 grand just in those fees. I didn't make any trades, remember. So I am pocketed about 2 grand off of me, which is a lot less than other people have thrown them. And I see earlier this year that they're in the news, they're being sued. And I'm like, okay. And you see a lot of these high level influencers who I saw at the conference, they're just peddling the same narrative of mindset, this and that, and this and that. Don't get me wrong, learning about improving your mindset is so good. But when you hear it from these people at the top of a trading MLM, you expect them to have some sort of trading knowledge. But then you realize some of these people have been from MLM to MLM to MLM. And it's like, oh, hang on. These guys don't know actually how to trade. They're just using trading as a mask to bring people in. And what I ended up finding through different videos and exposés was a lot of people in ethnic communities get targeted, especially in America. That there's this narrative of just, we've got to make money as ethnic communities and we've been held back for so long and this, that, the other, and this is the way to unlock financial freedom and generational wealth. And it just gets peddled into this. And it's like, well, hang on, I got away with it fairly okay. And I see these lawsuits come in, and looking back at all the material, thinking back to my time in the company, and also looking at all these exposés on these influencers and how IM Academy runs, I just look back at it with so much cringe. And it's just really irks me that I fell for this. But what I have to say is, if you are a young adult, if you're at uni or you're just starting out your work career in a normal 9 to 5 job or whatever it is, please do not join an MLM company, bro. These companies are predatory. They will use psychology to pull on your instincts for getting more money, because to be fair, that's a natural human instinct, is to make more money. And especially if you're promising in a very easy enough, get rich quick kind of language, people are just going to gravitate towards it, whether they're smart or whether they're not as smart, whether they're old or whether they're young, whether they're white or whether they're black. So please do not ever join these MLMs. And I personally, for the record, hope that this company goes down in flames, because the lives that they've ruined, the stats, the peddling of BS narratives from people like Christopher Terry and his underlings, I hope they go under. But a lot of these guys are just going to move on to other platforms. A couple of them already have. So that's the worst financial decision I've made. If you want more real talk content like this, then hit me up in the comments down below. Have you ever subscribed to this company? Have you joined an MLM before? What was your experience like? And I'm not commenting on the trading side. I'm commenting mostly on the network marketing, general company aesthetic here. So let me know what you think, and stay tuned for my next video. Peace out.